Hello lovelies and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see from the title of today's video, we're going to be reacting to With the Clouds by Jin. I am super excited to get into this one because I have been loving listening to more of Jin's music. Honestly, recently, some of his songs have just been on repeat for me. I think he is such an incredible artist, so I'm super excited to get into this song. But before we do, if you guys are new to the channel, then welcome and thank you for joining in. Make sure to click on that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with what I post on this channel. And while you're at it, why not leave a little like on this video as well? It really does help me to see what you're enjoying watching so I can keep on making more videos like this. But with all that being said, I just can't wait to get into this video, so let's go. Oh. His voice is stunning. Oh! That switch up! Wow, oh my gosh. This song is absolutely stunning. I wasn't expecting that switch up with like the real, obviously we led out with that guitar in the beginning, but the way that it like sort of really ramped up as we got more into that chorus, I love that so much. Honestly, that's so amazing. But I love how we're talking about these clouds, you know, almost like you relied everything on these clouds because you just felt at this point of just being in such loneliness that it was almost in a sense you just laid everything onto these clouds moving amid the sky. And in a sense, I'm wondering, there's so many ways I feel like you can interpret this song because it is just one of those abstract songs when it comes to the lyricism. But obviously, when you think of clouds as well, I do sometimes tend to veer towards thinking of that sense of dreaming. You know, like you're on cloud nine, like you're in sort of the clouds, your head's in the clouds in a sense. And him talking about that feeling of loneliness, it does almost feel like maybe there's a possibility that we're talking about, you know, almost being at one with your thoughts in amidst that loneliness. And almost like dreaming of, like he's saying, you know, brighter days. But then when we're talking about together, like with somebody, with a person, maybe it is just like that person for you is the one who has almost come into your life as like this person that you rely upon now. So maybe we were talking more literally in terms of a cloud, almost being like I once only was able to talk to myself and the cloud, you know, I was at one with just myself and just sort of talking amidst these clouds, but it's like now that I've got you, almost those clouds are sort of parting and the sun is starting to shine and I'm seeing that bright future ahead of me with you, possibly. This one's like a really thought-provoking song because I feel like there's so many ways in which you can take it, and I think that's what this song is possibly trying to represent anyway. But I just love Jin's lyricism so much because I do think sometimes we do get these songs that are so in-depth in terms of the emotion, but you can really sort of twist it and change it into it relating to you on a much deeper note. And I love that. I do. Oh! This beat! Don't make me cry, Jin. Oh, that is so beautiful. If your tears filled with sorrow are rain, I will gladly wet them and take them all with me. Like, oh, when you have that one person who just is your everything, it's like you would bear any burden, all pain, all hurt for them, just to be able to see them happy and shining and glowing, you know? So it's just like, I will bear everything on me so that you can live a life of just this sort of fantasy excitement that I think that you deserve, you know? Oh my gosh, wow. And then going to that line where he was talking about like that childhood version of me who is scared that, one touch of something and it could ultimately change the course of everything. And just always being maybe as you've grown up afraid of doing something or saying something or, making sure that you're taking your time in certain things because you don't want things to change from what you are used to. But it's like ultimately that is the inevitability of life. You can't really tiptoe around things. You have to, make these movements. Otherwise, you're never gonna know what could be. This song is so beautiful. And the switch ups, like I feel like we've literally switched up so many times already. This song just keeps you guessing and it's honestly incredible. This beat and rhythm. There's so many ways in which I feel like you can interpret this, and it's just like I've got so many different thoughts and feelings as to what I feel like it's really trying to relay because I think that that just is the beauty when it comes to Jin's music. Is like I said, you can just take of it what really relates to you. But I feel like as well, and I could be completely wrong on this, but also I think music is up for interpretation, so I think you can view it in whichever way you see. But talking about that childhood version of you, I'm wondering if in a sense as well, it's almost like this is a song for maybe like a younger version of himself as well. Like almost calling he's saying like you call me silently and leave me with small whispers. It's like everything that you once dreamed of, like those wishes upon the clouds, like everything you always wanted and desired in this world, like now I am achieving and I'm gaining, all of this love and light within this world. And it's almost like I'm doing that with that younger version of myself in mind and knowing that everything they wanted from this world is finally coming true with me now. So I don't know if it's more so of like him talking about really being with this person, this other person, finding light within this other person, or if it's almost like a call out to himself. I'd be so curious what you think on this song because I feel like there's so many ways in which you can really think of this one. But I just think, him just saying, that sort of like warm hand and, being called silently, it's almost as if it's like the echoes of a past version of you, like a younger version of you in a sense. I don't know. This song is so beautiful though, I will say. And I think for me, just having that sentence there as well, like with small whispers, it's almost like those whispers of maybe that inner voice, that you've always had, being the one to guide you almost in the way that you've always envisioned you leading this life. It's so like I don't know, this song just feels so like fantastical in the sense of like it's almost as if it's in between these clouds. This song is literally basically representing that, but it's like almost it's in this like fantasy dream like world, but also reality. It's like a real mix of everything together, and it's so interesting. The guitar is wild on this song. It's incredible. The drums as well. And the way the pace keeps on switching. Yeah, see, to me now, the more that we're leading into this song, I wasn't too sure in the beginning where we were heading, but I feel like it's more so that sense of let's create a promise here and now. Like, I'm going to promise myself, every version of myself that's ever been, that I'm never going to lose track of who I am. I'm never going to lose sight of who I am. I'm never going to lose track of these dreams and this life that I lead and everything that I've been through. I'm not going to let it pass me by. I'm going to make sure that I always hold that true to myself. And I think him almost saying, you know, touching those clouds when you were younger, it's like I was scared that that sense of like the silver lining, you know, of those clouds would maybe disappear every time I felt like I was getting close to this dream, every time I felt like I was getting close to these things I was desiring in life. I was always scared that it would maybe fade away, it would disappear. But now I can wholeheartedly know that for that younger version of myself that always dreamed of this life, like this is what was meant to be. This is what life is. And I'm never going to forget those moments where I did have that doubt of what could be, because that is what shaped me to be able to have this beautiful life that I lead now. That's what I feel like, but I'd be so intrigued by your interpretation of the song because, like I said, there's so many different ways I feel like you can navigate this one, but it's so amazing. Yeah, I honestly loved this song so much. And I think now it definitely makes a lot more sense in saying, like, I will take all that burden, I will take all that pain and that hurt and those tears, and I will almost find that resolution within myself in knowing that, yes, I've experienced all of those things, but I am able to withstand all of that and I am able to come out of that even stronger, you know, and I will bear that forever because if I hadn't gone through those experiences, I wouldn't be the person I am today, I wouldn't be where I am today. I think that is more so where I'm really heading with this song and just saying, you know, I'll make sure that throughout this life I will always lead with having this sense of purity and light within my heart rather than anything negative. Just like how when I first started this, I had all of these, you know, wild fantasies and dreams and just hope and love for the future. And it's like I'm never going to lose that. I'm never going to allow myself to lose that. It's such a beautiful song. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed watching along this video with me. If you did, like I said, make sure you click on that subscribe button down below to stay up to date with what I post on this channel. And while you're at it, why not leave a like on this video as well? It really does help me to see what you're enjoying watching so I can keep on making more videos like this. But with all that being said, thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day and I will see you in the next video.